God bless you.
Oh my. I don't know. I don't know if I really deserve all these accolades. And I mean, Mr. Ngolefa celebrating me this way. He's one who really inspires me, and I believe I'm where I am today because of the amazing people like him. So please, you can take a seat. Thank you. Um, while we wait for the PowerPoint to come up, I am called Afopezi Moses. I'll detailedly introduce myself in course of the presentation. Yes.
Let's end at 5:15.
Okay, 5:15. Okay,
Yes, and then we'll continue tomorrow.
okay, sir. Yeah, I'm called Afopezi Moses, and I'll detailedly introduce myself in course of the presentation. I want us to go progressively, right? What I want you to retain after my presentation is everything is possible, irrespective of where you are. Everything is possible. You can start in Cameroon and then you make it in the United States. You can start in the United States and still make it there, but you should. No, I don't want to come down to. I want to say you can start in the United States and make it in Cameroon. No, it's not, I don't know, but it's possible though. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who started working in the United States and later on noticed that that's not where they want to be. Sold all their properties and came back to Cameroon to start up. Yeah. So it happens, right? It happens. If you did not love Cameroon, you not have Joyce here. She's here because she loves Cameroon to some extent. And because she really wants to impact your life. Please clap for her. Is it ready? Okay, so I sat on that seat for a little while, and while I was listening to the different speakers speak, I caught one thing, which is you should believe in yourself, right? You should believe in yourself, and you should have that spirit of having to put out yourself out there, right? That's one thing which my presentation will focus on. To sell yourself. How do you sell yourself? Joyce has really done a brilliant presentation around scholarship opportunities and how she landed her various scholarships. But my own presentation will be around how to build a powerful brand and how to sell yourself to land global opportunities, because that's how my own journey has been. It's really not been thanks to 25 points, right? I did not have 25 points at the GC advanced level. I did not have 33 points at the GC ordinary level. But when people look at me today, they don't believe what I've come to achieve, right? It's just because I believed in myself and I told myself where I am, I can actually do greater things and leverage on Cameroon in order to propel me to other places. So the first thing I would like to mention is you should love your country. You should love your country, right? Don't have the mindset that Cameroon is trash. It's true that we know, I mean, we face difficulties in Cameroon, but if you really want to succeed as a student, as any other person, the reason why many people usually go and succeed in the US is because they love the US, right? They have in their mindset that it's in the US that they'll succeed. They have in their mind that it's in the US that will succeed, and because of that mindset, it makes them succeed in that place. So if you have that mindset that I can succeed in Cameroon, trust me, you'll succeed in Cameroon. It's possible. I had the thing is, if you don't love Cameroon, you never see opportunity in Cameroon. To be honest, if you don't like Cameroon, you never see opportunity in Cameroon. I have so many people who tell me, "Oh, Moses, there's no money in Cameroon. Moses, how do you do to win competitions?" I mean, I'm sure that they cheat, right? That when you're going for this competition, it's not always like straight. You have something that you do and then they give you. But there's opportunity in Cameroon. Many a times people even ask me, "How do you get this information around competitions, around fellowships?" It's because I love Cameroon, and because of that, I'm following saver pages like CRTV. How many people follow CRTV here? Yeah. You don't follow CRTV because you don't love Cameroon. And it's on CRTV that they usually announce those scholarship opportunities. If you don't follow CRTV, how will you know about it? You don't follow CRTV, how will you know about the tech competitions? If you don't follow CRTV, how will you know about conferences? You need to love Cameroon. To be honest, I want to first of all inculcate that in you, and before we look at the other side, that scholarship Joyce has been talking about here, right? So I don't know. My presentation is now up. Okay. So just to tell you that whoever you see, people like I have people who really inspire me. Right, I have people like Prince Foba, Fogab, Ad Open Dreams. Yes, Joyce here. There's so many of them. But when you look at their journey, they started from Cameroon, right? They started from Cameroon, but they started from Cameroon, and the journey wasn't easy. It was because the journey wasn't easy that they started looking for ways to succeed elsewhere. So I started my own journey. I'll just go on with my presentation. Yes. So I started my own journey in Cameroon. Right. I was just a student like you. After my advanced level, I started asking myself what I could do in order to solve a problem which I faced in the northwest region of Cameroon. I was still in the northwest region of Cameroon, and at some point we had this Anglophone crisis, disrupted education, and it made it difficult for us to go to school, to even like have access to classroom, to even conferences like this one. So it was difficult for us, and at some point my parents hadn't money to send me to Yaoundé. So I missed 2 years of my life at home, right? I did not go to school for 2 years. You can imagine. You can imagine how difficult it was. Even till now, I don't still believe. I'm always like, Moses should have been doing your PhD by now, right? But you cannot go back to that. I mean, the time has passed, and yeah. So I faced that difficulty, and at some point in time, my parents understood that education was paramount, and I had to go to a different place to study. So I left the village. I was actually schooling in the village in Awing. I had to leave Awing at some point in time to travel to Yaoundé to start my studies, like to finish up with my GC ordinary level and advanced level. And I did well, right? But I did not have 33 points. Neither did I have 25 points at GC advanced level. When I left the advanced level, I started asking myself what I could do in order to solve the problems Cameroon faces. What I could do in order to solve the problems which you are facing. Because when I looked at the stories of Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and all the like, they all started very little. They looked for a problem, right? Whosoever you're admiring today, those Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, they actually solve problems. And so I started asking myself what I could do in order to solve a problem. And if you are able to solve a problem, trust me, you're a rich person. If you've found a problem and which you can solve, trust me, you'd be very rich. So I started asking myself what I could do, and then at some point in time, I noticed that the biggest challenge I ever faced was access to education, right? And at that point, I really wanted to solve the problem of lack of access to education. And we started a platform known as Cam E-Guide. But before then, we wrote a book. I wrote a book, Demystified ICT. Like, it was an ICT book, an ICT pamphlet, past questions and solutions. So, yes. So I was just in my first year in university, but asking myself how I would be able to sell this book. I'm in school and my parents want me to study. They want me to get the good GPA and everything. How do I sell this book? And the only alternative was having to create a digital copy of it. How would I go around that? And that idea of building an app came up. So I developed an app known as Demystified ICT. It was just like, if you looked at that app, it was like buttons, right? It was very funny. But I was happy that I developed an app. And I put it on Play Store, and people were using, and they would insult me. They would throw all sorts of comments. But I always use that as feedback, right? You all came to me as feedback that, oh, okay, it means people are at least downloading and using it. So you should try to improve. So each time they told me we have this problem, so I'll just write on with my presentation. Because of that, I would share this story. So who knows this guy? And when you answer, please tell me 5 qualities you like about him, or just 4 even. Yes, you. Please start with your name.
Tima Fumbom, and I think that Mark Zuckerberg, the person who developed Facebook.
Okay. Just maybe 3 things that you know about him, or which are peculiar about Mark.
I know that he's a billionaire.
Yes. Yes, a
Also,
billionaire.
the only thing I know about him is a little bit of his journey when he started Facebook. Like Facebook was just it was very small. It's a little part of Germany.
You've answered. You've answered.
Uh,
You've answered. It's okay. You've answered what I wanted. Right. At least you know that he's the founder of Facebook and that he's a billionaire. This next slide. Who knows this woman? Apart from the speakers, who knows this woman? The person who knows the woman, I have 2,000 francs to give out. No. I have 2,000 francs. Who knows this woman? She's the one who inspires me a lot. There's no one answering. Okay. Yeah, you can help. Okay. Well, she's a the tech industry. Still the tech industry. No. She's a Cameroonian. She cannot be a president. Okay. Let me rephrase it. She's not a president because the only one we know our president, right? It's not possible for us to say. Okay. 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 I think no one can answer. I'm going to put my 2,000 in my pocket. So who can try? I think amongst the speakers. Okay. Who aspires to do tech here? Who aspires to jump into the field of tech, software engineering? Please, you should follow this lady. If you're a lady in here, please follow her. She has social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. She's known as Rebecca Inonchong. All right, next slide. Who knows this lady? I'm not sure you even know her, so I think just to know her. I mean, so you understand why Joyce is the way she is. You understand? Not that she loves people. She follows people who are very, very instrumental to her growth. Because these people I'm showing here, if you follow them, trust me, there's always value. The type of value you get from them. She's known as V Kativu. She's like an education activist. She has studied in Oxford, Harvard, today traveling the world, doing so many things around gender equality. So please follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You learn so much from her. If you're someone who you're afraid of putting out yourself out there, right, she can help you. She always sells herself, and she's not scared of anything. So if you're always scared of village people, please follow this type of people. Yeah. V Kativu. Dr. V, if you go to Instagram, you just write Dr. V, you see her name. Next. Who knows this man? Yeah, Tony Elumelu. So one thing about him is I like how charismatic he is. He embodies so much energy, and he's someone who has gone to school. So for people who think that, the Jeff Bezos, the Elon Musk did not go to school, they dropped out of school. Please, they dropped out of school when they were in Princeton University, at least. Right? They were in Harvard University before they dropped out of school. So if you're telling your parents, I want to drop out of Ngwaikele, be mindful of what you're trying to say. Because these people dropped out of big schools, and those big schools were like they were renowned schools. Tell me, if you go to Oxford and then you come back to this country, who will not want to employ you? So, to be honest, these people went to school. This guy I'm showing here, he was at Harvard Business School. He's a businessman, and he's doing so much around. Yes, UBA. Voila. All of us, we all use his bank, right? UBA. Yes. So this is the man behind UBA. Next slide. Who knows this lady? I sat and then I was like, who would I add to my slides to make? I don't know if you can zoom it. If you can zoom it. Is there a possibility to zoom it? No one recognizes the person. Ha! Oh, she's over fine there like that. That's yeah. So that's Joyce. That's Joyce, and she's a powerful girl too online. Someone whom you should follow. She has a very powerful brand, and she's doing so much around the field of mental health. Right. So next slide. I'm called Afopezi Moses. I am a CEO squared, as they introduced me. Yeah, so I'm the co-founder and CEO of Scholar, which is the bilingual mobile application helping over 15,000 students today in Cameroon to get access to online learning. And equally the co-founder and CEO of AgriFresh, a startup which we built like about 5 months ago, helping smallholder farmers in Cameroon in the West region, precisely in Fumbot, to mitigate the effect of post-harvest losses. Like we have these farmers who farm crops and so much goes to waste before it even gets to the market. So I asked myself what I could do in order to solve that problem. Together with some friends, we started AgriFresh, and today it's done so much just in 5 months, right? So the Pan-African prize winner of the Pachi Panda Challenge organized by MTN Group and WWF, that's the Worldwide Fund for Nature. It was a competition organized in Cameroon. And at the level of Cameroon, we won 3 million. At the level of South Africa, we won $10,000. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I did that in Cameroon. I did not do it in the United States. I won the Cameroon Youth Awards 2024. Won Camtel Blue Tech Challenge, which was worth 4 million francs. That was just last year, about 6 months ago. Right? We won that particular prize, Camtel Blue Tech Challenge, overall best in Cameroon. Winning up 4 million francs and some gadgets. In this same year, I won the Rising Star Award by TIC Foundation. In 2023, I was named top 50 finalist for the Global Student Prize. In 2023, still, we won MTN Yellow Digital Talent, a competition organized by MTN Cameroon, worth 3.5 million. I was just a student in school. Right? Winning that amount of money helped me to pay my school fees. It helped me to do so much. And that was thanks to innovation. That was thanks to me believing in myself and telling myself I should solve problems. I should not just tell myself, oh, Moses, you don't have the good grades. Because I always had this mindset of thinking that, oh, to join Open Dreams, you must have 33 points or you must have 25 points. No. How did I join Open Dreams? It's after I'd built a powerful profile online. Mr. Kaba called me one morning. I was like, Moses, why are you not yet part of Open Dreams? I was like, sir, I do not have 25 points. He said, no, I want to see you on Monday. And that's how I joined Open Dreams. And since I joined Open Dreams, because to everything, there are stages, right? At this stage, I was doing all of this, but I started asking myself, what should I do in order to travel? I need to travel, right? So life is in stages. At some point, when you're comfortable with the hours and everything, you have to tell yourself, at least I need to get a scholarship. I need to equally travel. I need to enter a plane. I'd never had that feeling of jumping in a plane, or what Mr. Ngolefak said, chicken or beef. It's not said in a bus. They don't say that in a bus, please, in a plane. So I started asking myself, and the day I joined Open Dreams, it was not up to a month, I landed my first fellowship. That was Unleash Rwanda, where I traveled, and since then, it's been travel back to back. So I have my own target, just like Joyce mentioned, 30 on that. I don't know if she copied my dream, because it looks like it's my dream. I want to travel 30 countries by 30. Right? So you see that we have similar. I've traveled 7, and this coming week I'll be traveling 2 more. Yeah, so next slide. So how did it all start? Sometimes you're scared of volunteering. When it comes to scholarships today, you cannot do anything. You cannot get that scholarship without volunteering your time. Let me just inculcate that into you. Today, they are not just looking for the best in school. They're not looking for just for someone who has 25 points. They're looking for someone who can impact their community. They're looking for someone who can give back what they've learned, right? And the only way you can showcase that right now, at least you can lie to them that you give back, is by volunteering your time. They want to see traction of the work that you've done at least in order to. So if you did not have good grades in the GC, this is what you can do in order to cover up. Because at that point, when I will not mention the number of points I had at GC advanced level, but when I had the points, right? Yeah, when I had that, I started asking myself what I should do in order to cover up. Mr. Angole, if I see that, encourage somebody, I will not say it. In the exception of my mentees, they're just the ones who know, so I always encourage them with that. Right? So I started asking myself what I should do in order to cover up. What I should do in order to cover up the 2 years I had missed. So, and I noticed that the only way I could do that was to become a tech entrepreneur, start doing my own stuff. And it's because of the environment, people around me. They say, what do they even say? They say good character corrupts, bad character corrupts good manners, right? So if you're around a banger smoker and then you're telling me that no, he's just my friend, he will not influence me. To be honest, after 3 months, you start smoking. I'm very honest with you. If you're around friends who do these dreadlocks and then you're like, no, it's just fashion. Before you know it, you start wanting to do it too. You start wanting to try. And before you know, you're into it. So you should mind the company you keep. You mind those who you follow. So I started volunteering my time. I knew that in order to do all of what I would do, or at times you think that for you to start a startup, you just go and start your own stuff. I usually hear people say, I want to start my own organization. I've seen this guy has done this. I want to do this. Please volunteer, because that's the only way you learn. Right? When you volunteer your time, you get to identify some skills that you have, and once you've identified those skills, it enables you now to position yourself and tell yourself, okay, I can start up something. And even before you start up, you need to meet that person whom you are volunteering on the need to tell him, this is what I'm planning to do. How can I start? What are the advice you give me in order to start my own stuff? You don't just get up and you say, I want to start up Facebook, Instagram. So I had to volunteer. I volunteered at Yali. And I did that for like 6 months. I'll leave school every break and I'll go to school to talk about stuff around sexual education, gender equality. I was advocating for gender equality 2020. And at that time, people asked me, what are you doing in school? You're wasting your time. I was like, no, you don't know what I'm up to. You don't know what I'm planning, right? So next slide, I had to volunteer my time. Save organizations, and then, volunteered with Camly. When I volunteered with Camly, it was Cameroon's Leaders Empowerment Initiative. Right? When I volunteered with Yali first, that's Yali Cameroon, they noticed that I had certain skills which I could bring on board. And they told me they want to start an organization known as Camly, and they want me to be a co-founder. I was like, wow, what's even co-founder? I started doing research. Right? And before I noticed, I was like, okay, a co-founder is someone who is part of something they're starting. And I was like, yeah, I'm willing to start up with you. I'm willing to do something. And they added me. I was not just figurative, because at times people want to just join organizations and just be looking at people doing the work. When you join an organization, your presence should be felt. If you're in an organization working or volunteering at time, and once you're leaving, people don't feel your presence, then you did nothing in that organization. Right? So I joined that organization. I gave in so much work. And before they knew it, one day, I just told the director of Camly that I am thinking of starting off something, but I'm not abandoning Camly. I'll still be giving my time, creating the designs, the Canva designs and everything. And that's how I started learning how to design. Because today, when they look at the designs on Scholar, they think that it's one extra human being somewhere designing. I'm the one behind those designs, right? But it all started with me volunteering my time. I had to learn certain skills. So next slide. Yeah, when I volunteered my time, I learned certain skills, and I noticed I was good in developing apps, and I started e-guide, demystified ICT, and from demystified ICT, with the reviews we got, people were insulting the app and everything, which transitioned to Cam e-guide. It was like Camo's educational guide. It was actually my first platform which I built, and it enabled like 1,000 students in Camo to get access to online learning. Thanks to the platform, one morning I just got up and they said they had launched. They call it what? Youth Connect Cluster Challenge. It was a competition to win 2 million francs, organized by the Ministry of Youth Affairs. Right? I was just in my first year in university, and I was asking myself what I would do. But first, I would like to mention maybe the difficulties I face in respect to doing all of what you see me doing. To do that, my parents were not really supportive to an extent, because you sending your child to school and then you just see him on CRTV one morning. He said, "Nah, he's talking about tech." Right? And I think the reason why they did not really want to encourage me was because my dad is a gendarme. He was in the Northwest region. I know him. He's well known in the Northwest region. Like in our village, the brigade is in his house. So they know him so well in that part of the country. And for some reasons, he didn't want people to know that I'm his son. Like he didn't want people to relate to him. They might go and burn his house. So at some point, he told me that, "Moses, I don't want to see you on TV. I've sent you to school to study." So one morning, he just saw me on CRTV. I was talking about one platform. He said, "Moses," he called me, "I've sent you to school. I need a 4.0 GPA. I sent you to school to study. It's not to go and be on CRTV." And I was like, "Okay, Daddy, I will not more go to CRTV." He was following me on Facebook. But for me to continue what I was doing, I needed to block him on Facebook. And then stop going to CRTV, because at least on CRTV, if I go there, he watches the 7:30 news and 8:30, he will still see me. So at least let me block him on Facebook. You should not be seeing what I'm doing. I was like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm building my future. And I don't know why he should stop me. So I had to block him on Facebook. And today, he's still blocked on Facebook because I don't want him to follow my things. So that's to tell you, there's some days which you have to go against what your parents tell you in order to succeed. If your dad or your mom doesn't believe in open dreams and is telling you, "Please don't go there, you're wasting your time," there's days that you need to go against what they say. You need to hide. You come and sit maybe in the open gym space, you're doing something, you're trying to apply. And then you just come back with the results someday and they'll all encourage you. So that was the difficulty I faced. And how did I navigate that before they all accepted I should go in CRTV and do all what I'm doing? So I stopped going to CRTV, but at least I was still doing my work and posting on Facebook. I had to block him. One morning, they launched the picture you see below is like the picture of I am the Minister of Youth Affairs and Civic Education. So they launched that competition known as Yellow. I won so many competitions, I'm forgetting somewhere. So it was Youth Connect Cluster Challenge. So they launched that competition, and I was just like, I had nothing. You're going for, I don't know if people have gone for this style of exposition, this style of fairs where you have people with their stands, they have their computers, they have their laptops and everything. And then you're a university student and you're coming with, I came with my mom's wrapper. I put it on the table. They gave us a stand. I put that wrapper on the table. I put my laptop and everything, and my friends were just standing. So when the minister came, he was passing through the stands, seeing people with these roll-ups. And to print the roll-ups, 20,000. Where will I take 20,000 to print when I don't even have food to eat? So I was like, "Hey, how will I do this?" But I still told my friends, "Let's believe in what we're doing. We're going to win this competition." And so when we just put our mom's wrapper on the table and we put our laptops. And when the minister was going through the stands, he was actually visiting stands which were well organized and everything. So when he came to our stand, he stood and was looking at us like, I said, "Okay, is it not the same minister I've been writing letters to him every day to answer, and he has never said anything? And he's standing right in front of me. What am I doing?" I told my friends that, "Please, I'm going to take that man to come and see what we're doing." I moved. I was very bold. That was the first time I was speaking to the minister. I was like, "Hello, sir, Your Excellency." I was speaking in French. "Votre Excellence, nous avons une application ici qui peut aider les Camerounais. Ça a aidé plus de 1000 Camerounais à avoir des answers épreuves, des corrigés." And then as I was speaking, he was interested. I gradually drew him close to my stand and I started talking. He was now looking at my laptop. And the lone question he asked me was, "Can this app help my nephew who is writing the baccalaureate?" I was like, "Yes." Even though he could not even help her. We're not even doing baccalaureate. I was like, "Yes." He said, "Okay. Please get his number." And that's how they got my number. When it was like a list of 10 finalists. And when the results came out, I saw names of people who were not even part of that list. And my name did not even feature again. I was not even among top 3. Nothing. I wanted to cry. I was at home. I told my friends, "You see what Cameroon is, right? You compete and then at the end of the day, you don't even see your name." But just like after 1 hour, they sent that list online. They sent another list and they changed everything. Like my name came up to the first position and then all the other ones came down. So in all of this, I would say I see the hand of God, because I wouldn't say all of this without saying that there's God in every story, right? Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, the reason why you're not here for any fancy reason, you're here because God brought you here. and you had to listen to Joyce, you had to listen to all the other speakers today. So, and that's how they awarded us the 2 million francs. And from there, it's been from one award to the other. So I had to just pull myself out of the crowd, because when you go to school, as I'll tell you, when you go to school, it's not for you to follow the crowd. Always look for that one thing which makes you stand out and stand for it. So I noticed that I was very good in this tech stuff, and I had to stand for it. So in every competition, in every competition where they would say send contestants, my school was going to designate and send me. I was not even the first in class. I was like around the fifth position every year, but my school always designated and sent me in for competitions. And each time I went for those competitions, we emerged first. So lately this year, we are awarded the Pachi Panda Challenge prize organized by MTN Group in South Africa. That's the first picture. I so much love that picture because it's just like I'm seated down and it's just like a prophecy which I had some time back, which was like, Moses, you're going to go very far. There will be people lingering around you, asking you questions around what you're doing. And when I looked at that picture the day before yesterday, I just saw that coming into existence, right? So next slide. Yeah, so I worked with a team. For me to do all of this, I did not do it all alone. I needed a team. You need to look for people who are passionate, people who want to build visions, people who have seen in you something which they believe that you can equally go with. You collaborate with them in order to go. You cannot do it all alone. It's not possible. So look for people who believe in your dream. And so I collaborated with people. I started working out. And today we have trained so many students. We have helped a lot. And I'll just say, maybe let's move to the next slide. So we get to exactly what I want to mention today. Today we're partnered with MTN Cameroon to do a lot of things around Cameroon. And as I mentioned, all of that is in Cameroon, right? So at some point, if you don't get that scholarship, you should believe in yourself and you start from here. And when you start here, you can later on apply for a graduate program and you travel out. So don't be that type of person whom after you've tried hard and then it's not working, you're just discouraged. You say, I'm no more going to school. Who are you fooling, or who do you want to impress, or I don't know. Right? When you tell your parents that you don't want to go to school, your parents will be kind enough. If they're kind, they'll tell you that no, please go. But if they're not kind, God, they'll be like, stay in the house. Don't go. Next slide. Yeah, so we've won so many awards, currently around the 10th award already. Right? My journey was Moses win awards. After I started winning awards, I was like, Moses, you need to travel. And then after I started traveling, today I'm like, Moses, get a scholarship. And when I look at all of what I've done, I so much believe in that I can get a scholarship with that. So next slide. So my presentation is focused on how to build a personal brand which should land you a scholarship and a fellowship opportunity. How to build a very strong personal brand. Right? All of this around me promoting, pushing out myself out there. I told you I had to block my dad on Facebook to start posting my work. Right? I knew that was going to help me. And you see all these opportunities is around me selling myself, the ability to sell myself online.
Let's leave here today. Thank you so much. It's already.
You've stopped a very important part.
No. Don't give it. Please don't come tomorrow. Please don't come. All right. I want us to stop now, but tomorrow Moses will start. We are starting, but we'll just take the pictures now before go, right? Tomorrow Moses will start the presentation in the morning. So should we say 9 or 10? 10. 10 o'clock. Good. So tomorrow Moses will start. But who is inspired here? Pictures, am I having pictures in those hands? Who is inspired? Now, next question. Who will be here tomorrow? Now, okay, who will bring somebody with him or with her who is not here now? Please, I want to beg you. Please, I want to beg you. Listen, this is a chance. Are we together? I don't want you to ask Moses any question now. It's already way past 5. Tomorrow, 10. So I was so aggressive, right? Because I don't want you to go into it. I know your lives will never be the same again. But before we take our pictures, I want to bring our daddy in the house to come and pray for us. Yes, and it will lead to Christ because don't go Moses. If you notice when Moses was talking, he said God. In all the scholarship application, there's one requirement you will never see on the list, which is the God factor. In all scholarship applications, there is one requirement which is never on the list of documents, but it is a God factor. Listen to what Joyce was saying. Listen to what Mr. Neba was saying. Listen to what Moses is saying. So if you are not in God like me, like them, it is your hour to be in Christ. That is all I can tell you. So, sir, 2 seconds, and he will pray for us. We'll take our pictures, and then while we take our pictures, you can talk some few things like those of graduates, right? You can ask some few questions to them outside. But tomorrow, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. It's going to be great. We'll have a Canadian. We'll have another MasterCard. We have a Chevina. We have... Leave it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Moses. Thank you for your presentation. Let's clap for him. Great. Thank you. I want to thank God for everybody. Joyce, thank you so much for coming. Mr. Mbe, thank you for coming. Moses, thank you for coming. And we celebrate